What's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Credit, and I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. You won't believe what Eddie Hearn just said, bruh. Eddie Hearn said what Ryan Garcia fell for is way worse than what Conor Benn fell for. He said it is way, and I mean like way worse. Like, he said Ryan had way more stuff in the system than Conor Benn had in the system. And Conor Benn is still battling legal problems. And it's been 2 years. If this is true and Eddie Hearn is telling the truth, Ryan Garcia is in some serious trouble. But I want you guys to listen to what Eddie had to say. And as he's talking, I'm going to break it down. Well, give my thoughts on it.
And this will end up being Boots Hennessy's hunt.
Hey Eddie, real quick, I know you probably spoke on this many times, but I know Ryan has claimed that he wants to get his B sample. I know that they said that he didn't feel for 2 substance, he still filled for Ostrin in his A sample. Just what's your whole thoughts on this whole situation?
I mean, I get a lot of hate. I read my DMs the other day on Instagram, and there's a lot of Ryan Garcia fans. Stop doing this to Ryan, stop that. Like, this is a really simple situation. Ryan Garcia failed a drugs test, 2 drugs tests. When he entered the ring that night against Devin Haney, he had performance-enhancing drugs in his system. Now, I've seen the stuff about the levels. I think it was...
So Eddie first starts off by saying he's getting a lot of hate for trying to prosecute Ryan or trying to find out what's going on with Ryan failing a drug test. And people are jumping in his DM saying stop hating on Ryan and stuff like that, which is ridiculous. Why are people jumping in his DM about something he has nothing to do with? Ryan is the one that failed the drug test. Eddie Hearn has nothing to do with Ryan having banned substance in his system. It makes absolutely no sense. Why are people trying to give Ryan a pass just because they like him? That makes no sense. If the guy failed a drug test, he failed a drug test, and this is the reality. This is what people need to understand. You can't give him a pass just because you like him.
60 times.
60 times the level of what you're allowed. It's quite a lot, and you can talk about it's only point this and point that. Guys, come on, right? Now, what I've said before, and I've said it again, to Ryan Garcia, to all the Ryan Garcia fans around the world, I really hope he's innocent. I even give him the benefit of the doubt. Right? I like innocent until proven guilty. But we have to deal with the reality, which is this. Whatever happened, whether he cheated or whether he was unlucky, he had performance-enhancing drugs in his system when he boxed Devin Haney. Okay? Unlucky or not, that's fact. Therefore, the contest will, in my opinion, 100% be a no contest. Not that it actually, I must say, really matters. I don't think Ryan Garcia is overly bothered about his record. I think Devin Haney is more. But all I'm saying is, right now, if you're Devin Haney...
So Eddie then go on to say all that matters is it was found in the system, and that's all that matters. He's not lying by saying that. And he's saying the fight is definitely going to be a no contest. And that's great news for Devin, because pretty sure that undefeated record means a lot to him. And if it is a no contest, Devin gets his old back. And that's great, you know. But he also described how Devin must be feeling, knowing that he had to fight somebody who came in overweight and was on that stuff. It's crazy.
And you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, I went 12 rounds in a war with that guy who came in 3.5 pounds over, who was God knows how many pounds heavier than me on fight night. And On top of that, he had performance-enhancing drugs in his system. You could imagine how Devin Haney's feeling right now. So I don't get any of this. Come on, God. I mean, look, like you got the Conor Benn situation. I've been in it. I'm still in it. We're still having hearings about it. It's 2 years on, right? And by the way, and I'll talk further about this in time. But what was found in Conor Benn's system was much less than
and this is where it happens. He then goes on to talk about the Conor Benn situation. And we all know about the Conor Benn situation and how that's been dragged out. Everybody's making fun of Conor Benn. Conor Benn blaming it on eggs. And now we got Ryan Garcia situation. Eddie Hearn says what Conor Benn took was much less than what Ryan Garcia took. This is crazy.
what was found in Ryan Garcia's system, right? And I fully believe Conor Benn, right? I've been through various hearings with him, and Ryan's got to go through all these hearings. Like I say, I give him the benefit of the doubt. But what we can't do is just ignore the reality, which is he had performance-enhancing drugs in his system in the fight. And I'll tell you one other thing that I listened to Gervonta Davis. It is so painful listening to this guy who
Eddie then goes off on Gervonta Davis for trying to defend Ryan Garcia. He says Gervonta Davis is so painful to listen to. I gotta agree with Eddie Hearn. I can't make any sense of what Gervonta was saying. I was like, bro, just stop talking, especially about that situation. You can talk about anything else, but don't talk about that situation.
It knows absolutely nothing, right? And he's like, I don't know if you saw the clip. He's like, yeah, what I want to know is, like, how comes they let him fight if he had it in his system? It's like, the tests on Friday and Saturday. Yeah, but why didn't they get it back within 3 days? In no VADA testing, in the history of VADA testing, has any result come back in 3 days. It takes anywhere between like 10 days, absolute minimum, and sometimes up to 28 days to get a result back. In fact, funnily enough, when that result came back, we also received a result from Joe Cordina, a negative result, on the same day of testing, the same day that other test came through on April 20, right? So there's nothing untoward about the period of testing. One of the things that people keep talking about, they do have a point. This whole, what is the point in testing on Friday and Saturday if you're not going to get the results back in time and you allow someone to enter the ring?
I agree with everything Eddie Hearn says about Gervonta. I feel like Gervonta should have never spoke on the situation, especially if he's so unlearned to the situation. Should have kept his mouth shut. He just embarrassed himself, and Eddie just literally made a fool out of Gervonta for even speaking on the situation. It's crazy.
I agree with that. You still have to test to find out if someone did cheat. What are you going to do? Stop testing 2 weeks before and go, okay guys, we're not going to test anymore. You can do what you want. So, I don't know enough about these substances. I don't know enough about the nanograms and pictograms and all this bullshit. We deal in reality, which is this. He entered the ring with performance-enhancing drugs in his system. Okay? Now he has to prove that he didn't take them intentionally. If he didn't take them intentionally, I feel really sorry for him, and I hope innocence prevails. If he did take them intentionally and he cheated, that's another story, and he, arguably should never be able to fight again. I believe him in this situation because I want to give a fighter the benefit of the doubt. I don't know him, I've never spoken to him. But when you're sitting there saying, oh, I wasn't taking peds, I was smoking weed and I was drinking every night, and then you see clips of him and IV drips in and all this sort of stuff, it ain't a good look. So if I was him, just stay professional at this point, let your lawyers deal with the situation. Hopefully he was unlucky, but we have to go through due process.
Eddie Hearn is also correct. Ryan Garcia needs to be quiet on this situation, especially if he's unintentionally took the PEDs. He just needs to be quiet, you know. But what I believe Eddie Hearn is wrong at is the fact that they should ban Ryan for life. A lot of people fail PEDs tests, and they didn't ban them for life. I don't think Ryan deserved a ban for life. I do believe he deserved a ban for like a year, but not for life. So that's where I disagree. But everything else Eddie says, I agree.
Eddie, question for you. So, Manny Pacquiao, Conor Benn was pretty much there to be done, but we're still going through the process. As I said, like, this is a lengthy process. I mean, we're 2 years in, and we're still having hearings. Conor Benn has boxed twice, but he hasn't been able to fight in his own country. I would say that's ridiculous. 2 years on, so we'll see what ban Ryan Garcia gets and see how that reflects on the Conor Benn situation. But again, Gervonta's comments, he was gonna let Conor Benn fight after he failed a drugs test. Not a choice. It's not my choice. It's down to the commission. All of those reports go to the commission, and the commission makes their decision. I don't overrule a commission. And in this instance with Ryan Garcia, the New York State Athletic Commission will be the ones ruling on this.
Anyways, those are the words of Eddie Hearn, admitting that what Ryan Garcia took was way, way worse than what Conor Benn took. And they're eager to know what Ryan punishment is going to be, because they've been battling this situation with Conor Benn for 2 years. If they've been battling it for 2 years with Conor Benn, they want to know if New York is going to be fair with Ryan's situation and ban him for around the same amount as Conor Benn, or even more, because like Eddie said, what Ryan took was way, way worse than what Conor Benn took. And he fell for a significant amount more stuff in his system than Conor Benn. So that's even worse, guys. That's even worse. It's like, I'm not even gonna lie, if I sit down and just think about it, it's like Ryan actually tried to kill Devin Haney in the ring. Because if he's taking more stuff than Conor Benn, Conor Benn's a guy who was knocking everybody out. After he got off that stuff, he hasn't been knocking people out. And Ryan juiced up more than him. Ryan was actually trying to kill Devin in the ring. And that's messed up. So, yeah, I said a year ban, but I think if he's found guilty, it should be way more than a year. Like, he should sit out for like 5 years, bro, because that's ridiculous. But anyway, those are the words of Eddie Hearn. He also shredded Gervonta, and rightfully so. Gervonta should have kept his mouth shut. But it's your boy No Credit, and I'm out.